In the beginning, after God created the heavens and the earth, he continued his work by forming a special part of creation, mankind. The formation of man. Then the Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. Genesis 2 verse 7, NIV. God made the first man, Adam, from the dust, and he gave him life by breathing his own breath into him. This marked the beginning of humanity. The Garden of Eden. Now the Lord God had planted a garden in the east, in Eden, and there he put the man he had formed. Genesis 2 verse 8, NIV. God planted a beautiful garden called Eden, full of trees and rivers, and he placed Adam there to care for it. The command. And the Lord God commanded the man, "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it you will certainly die." Genesis 2 verses 16 to 17, NIV. God gave Adam everything in the garden, but he warned him not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for doing so would bring death. The creation of woman. Then the Lord God said, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him." Genesis 2 verse 18, NIV. God saw that Adam was lonely and needed a companion. So, he decided to create a helper for him. Now the Lord God had formed out of the ground all the wild animals and all the birds in the sky. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them, and whatever the man called each living creature, that was its name. Genesis 2 verse 19, NIV. God brought all the animals to Adam, and Adam named each one, but none of them was suitable to be his companion. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs and then closed up the place with flesh. Genesis 2 verse 21, NIV. To create the woman, God put Adam into a deep sleep, took one of his ribs, and fashioned it into a woman. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man, and he brought her to the man. Genesis 2 verse 22, NIV. God brought the woman to Adam. When Adam saw her, he recognized her as his companion. Adam's response. The man said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh, she shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man." Genesis 2 verse 23, NIV. Adam rejoiced, recognizing that the woman was part of him. He called her woman because she was taken from him. The first marriage. That is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. Genesis 2 verse 24, NIV. This passage explains that marriage is the union between a man and a woman, becoming one in body and spirit. Innocence in Eden. Adam and his wife were both naked, and they felt no shame. Genesis 2 verse 25, NIV. In the Garden of Eden, before sin entered the world, Adam and Eve lived in innocence. They were naked but felt no shame, enjoying perfect harmony with God and each other. Tell me what you have learnt in the chapter/story. Write down in the comments.